Thought I'd be able to get back to you before this, but a phone call interrupted. Uh, I know this was going somewhere with the Fibonacci sequence, um, but instead I'm going to talk about something else. I am going to talk about the uh, well, of course, I got to mention first my own hypocrisy for using this camera to get my point across, as I harangue others for being on Facebook. And I was just trying to be too cool for the room. I admit it. Uh, I felt a little overwhelmed, a little threatened. So, I took the path of least resistance, which is to judge others uh, offhand without ever speaking with them. That was wrong of me, and I apologize for that. Um, but by the same token, a lot of people are taking this stuff way too seriously, man. It's just Facebook. I'm taking it. I think I was taking it too seriously. It's just Facebook. So since it is just Facebook, uh, I'm gonna start leaving little messages like telling you things like check out a rant on YouTube. I did. Go look it up. My videos are under the Bush, capital THE, capital BOUZH. Those are, I'm trying to learn how to upload to YouTube, larger forum, maybe. Maybe I'll get overlooked in a less civilized area. Maybe I won't, but I don't want to upset I don't want to upset anyone else. That was honestly never my intention. Um, so I thank you for letting me learn on Facebook what the boundaries are, and I'll be in touch every now and again. Um, I don't think it's maybe the place for me. Um, I still, I'm still trapped in. I like to see people face to face. I mean, I'm asking everybody if they got a webcam, get on Skype. We can video conference because I really do want to see people and I want to talk to them and I want to hear voices and I want to smell smells. It's like somebody's perfume, or you know, really nice fabric softener, you know. Uh, but I want to contextualize the experiences. So another thing, I am looking for someone who has sufficient knowledge in yoga and or martial arts, soft martial arts, things like Tai Chi, to get in contact with me. I would like to find someone to practice with and someone to discuss the philosophy of it and the logic behind it and the physics of it. I am interested in several different styles of Kung Fu or Gung Fu, if you want to get a little more technical. So if you know anybody that's into it, give them my number. I barely have room in here to do the yoga, but I do it, and I'm willing to go. Well, not real far, but I'm willing to drive a little bit to go hang out with somebody and practice, especially the yoga and Tai Chi now. And then I want to move into other things. I figured Bagua after that. I've already started kind of doing the research on Northern Shaolin, the basic of all Chinese art, or the base forms of all Chinese art. So I'm interested in Northern Shaolin. And then there's the last one, which is Hung Gar, which is tiger and crane. And from what I understand, it has some very deep stances and some very flowing moves. So I would like to see that. and and I want to experience those things, and that's what I'm interested in as far as a martial artist. As far as philosophy, I'd like to discuss all sorts. Buddhism versus Taoism, which, by the way, neither one has a god. Christianity versus other religions. Does it really make a difference if they call their God Allah and his prophet Muhammad? You know, does it? Do you really care? Do you really care? Honestly, think about it. Do you really care if someone practices another religion? And if so, why? Why do you feel? I understand most hostility comes from fear. I understand it because I react that way too. I'm afraid to do something, so we have a tendency to attack it, and just try and get it over with, especially as Americans. That's one of the things we do as Americans, is we're very impatient with things. I'm trying to learn how to be patient. Trying to learn how to let my energy flow. Trying to learn how to keep my mind in order and under discipline. Because quite frankly, folks, I am just no good with a buck. No good whatsoever. My only philosophy for money is better spend it while you got it. That's why when I'm flush, man, everybody's happy. Because I'll call up friends and I'll say things like, do you want to go to dinner? And they'll say, well, I can't really afford it. And I said, well, I didn't ask that. I asked if you wanted to go to dinner. And that's usually, and I take them out to dinner because I'm flush. I was flush for a few years, man. I was flush for a good many years, working good jobs, getting some decent money. Last couple of years have been really just since the bottoming out of the housing market. It's just been and then I got this whole heart issue thing that I'm trying to deal with, and that's a whole other mind issue. I'm trying to set myself on the right path, and I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I believe morality and religion are separate. I believe justice and law are two distinct entities. I think God and country are the worst mismatched pair in the history of mankind, to be seconded only by country and big business. That's another woo. Yeah, private enterprise and government. Whoa, Nelly. By saying you can't have religion in politics, I think they meant the love of money too. Fruit punch, Minute Maid. So here we are on the ragged edge of sanity. The blind leading the blind, following the deaf and dumb. Any thoughts?